What's up? Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. Today we are in the garage again. Not working on the bug today. Maybe a little later. Yeah, you can see something's missing from there. This is going to be the final update on the stolen bug. So, as you guys saw in one of my last videos, we had actually gotten this car back because I am the rightful legal owner of this thing. But like I said in the other video, I'm going to do the right thing, and this car is going to go back to the original owner. He's currently on his way. I got a hold of the original 1835 that was in the car. I put it back in there, and I'm going to give it back to the owner. You know, I've done a bunch of stuff to this car. I got some used bumpers and put them on. I put a headliner in the car, as you guys can see there. I know I say a lot, sorry guys. New front bumper, put the fluted headlight glass in it, put tires on it. You know, you guys saw me driving this thing around with my big turbo motor in it. But, you know, I'm going to do what's right. I'm going to do what's right. I'm going to give it back to the original owner. After speaking with him a little bit more, come to find out that he bought this car from the original owner, and he's owned this car since he was 16, and I believe the owner is 54 years old. So he's had this car a long time. I believe it was wrongfully taken from him. So like I said, we're going to do the right thing, and we're going to give it back to him. So he should be on his way with a truck and trailer soon, and we'll get back to you when he gets here. Well, there she goes. Back to the original owner. The guy's owned the car since he was 16, and I'm kind of happy to see it go. Sad to see it go, but happy to see it go back to the original owner. He deserves to have his car back. So, guys, that's the final saga on the stolen bug. It's gone back to the original owner. I did, however, get my 2332 turbo motor back. It is right there under the cover. He got his original motor back in the car in the condition it was in when I got it, and everybody's happy. So, happy ending to a
sad moment.
Happy ending to a sad moment, an incredible saga of insaneness, but it's all over with now. I got my new 67 out there, and we're good to go.
Are we on the air?
Ruh-roh. What's up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. We are out here today again. San Lamo. Joe's been doing a ton of work on this car, as you guys can see. You've seen it in the last couple of videos. We got a lot of work done on this thing today. It's going to be ready to go to the customer real soon. Joe has just absolutely killed it on this car. He worked so fast to get this thing put together. We've got the seats in it. It's all wired. The wiring guy wired everything. It's got a link dash in it. This car's a built Subaru that's supposed to make close to 500-ish horsepower, or maybe even more. We don't know. We'll see what it does on the chassis dyno. Sequential tranny. We got the center console in. And this is kind of the twin car to that black one that I've showed you guys earlier. This is our GP 105. It's got a 105-inch wheelbase, two-seater, really light car, really rowdy. But like I said, Joe's been absolutely killing it here at the shop. If you look over here, there's a 4-seater radius roof monster cruiser that he's working on as well. And where this car was at 2 weeks ago to where it's at now, again, this guy just is working insanely fast, getting these things knocked out for the customers and still being open out at Glamis. So a lot of shop updates, a lot of work being done. We're going to get back on this black car next week. This is our buddy Danny Teco's car. This has got that twin turbo Honda in it. We ended up building a motor for this car, and we've decided that that motor is going to make way too much power for the transmission. So what are we doing? We're going to knock this tranny out and put a sequential in it. Yep. So make a few modifications. Although this car is brand new, we should be able to make the modifications we need to get the sequential in it, and then maybe just paint it underneath. Yep. So again, Joe.
Satin black, it's easy.
Yeah, satin black is easy. So we'll get a sequential in this with the big Honda motor, and then, you know, who knows what the future holds. We always bring a lot of cars back from Glamis that need work. So again, it's just going to be busy, busy, busy till the season's over. And then eventually we'll get back on Joe's truck here. I've been beating on him to death to try to get this thing done.
Fenders are coming.
The fenders are on the way.
In the mold right now.
So yeah, Joe's waiting on the fiberglass fenders for this thing, and then we're going to put the vintage air system inside of it, and then it's going to get off to paint, and then we can put the motor in. And the motor is, he's got it hidden over here. Let me show you guys this motor. What's the specs on this thing, Joe?
423-inch, 13-to-1 World Industry block, and he says it's going to put out like 780 to the rear tires.
Man, this thing's rowdy. It's got AFR heads on it, World Industries block. And Joe's a small block guy and a carburetor guy. He's not a, I mean, he likes the LS platform, but for him, he wants that, you know, that carbureted, raspy, lumpy sound and that, what do you call it?
I want 8,900 RPM when I stab.
Yeah, so the tranny's already been done for this truck as well. It's built, it's over here underneath the counter. The drive shaft's ready. So, and then Mike from King Shocks jumped on board, and we're gonna redo all this stuff, and it's gonna get outfitted with King Shocks. Vintage Kings. Yes.
They'll be yellow like Bilstein.
Oh, nice. That'll be awesome.
So it'll have that look, you know.
So again, it's just getting these customer cars knocked out, and then me hounding on him to get back to work on his own car. You guys know how it is when you're a shop owner. You know, you work on everybody else's stuff but your own. But eventually, we'll pigeonhole him into getting this thing done. So look at how rowdy this thing looks. Man, we are going to finish this thing up today. Get some E85 in it, and get her fired up. Get the side panels on, the hood back on it, and I tell you what, Joe's really just been working his ass off on this thing, but wow, this car looks killer. And got everything wired up. Joe's here, we're ready, right? First fire up?
Good.
First start up on this rowdy Subaru, so we're gonna flip it on. Let the fuel pump prime. Joe's gonna handle the throttle. Here we go. I love the smell of corn. You can smell that E85. Nice, look at that. All right, well, now that it's done, look at Joe. Joe's having a beer. He's enjoying himself. Man, what a freaking great car. So we're going to get back to work. I'm going to get back to work on Danny Tecco's car, getting the motor out. And I think, Joe, you're going to move on to the black car next, right? Oh, the blue car. That's right. We haven't showed you guys the blue car in the fab room in a while. So let's go take a look at that.
Flipped 6 times end over end.
Ooh. 6 times end over end. I think I showed this in a couple of videos back.
Yeah.
But either before or right before you cut it up.
Yeah. So I just got to put the cage, I got the tranny, get the motor back in it, and just start putting it back together.
Yeah, so this car I believe had a Mindiola E-box in it, right?
No. Yeah, an E.
And then we converted it to a 2D. Upgraded it because the guy did some extensive upgrades on the Subaru motor.
It was just a shoe 2.0 turbo,
right,
and now this has been upgraded. Has 450 horse. That's where he got in problems.
Yeah, that's what got him into the rollover problem. So new roof on this next week, back cage, and then you'll finish this one before we move on to the black one, or kind of both.
I'll get it done, go to the painter, and then that one.
Then we'll start working on that. And then you guys can see Joe's back fenders are sitting over there. We're still waiting on the fronts for his truck, but we are going to get to work on that truck next too. There's the trunk wing. I think we're going to keep that lid, right?
Yep.
Hey guys, so we're back at the house, and I got this box today. As some of you guys know, we have Rocky Mountain Race Week coming up in about, what is it, babe, 3 months? Yeah, about 3 months. And the suspension on my Civic wasn't quite all that great. The car was really low, and really soft. So watched a video of another YouTuber the other day, and he ordered a set of these coilovers from Max Speeding Rods. So I reached out to them as well, and they hooked us up with a set of their brand new version 2 Max Speeding Rod coilovers. These are the SP2s. So as usual, I don't know if you guys watch Dana's videos at all, but you know, he showed just 2 days ago he did an unpackaging on these. He's got comes with the Max Speeding Rods wrenches, comes with their little decal, all the information you need, and packing is really, really nice. Comes with the sleeves, so you can use these in EG, GC, EK, and these things are killer. Let me get this open. So these things are 24-way adjustable. They're just a really killer piece. Really nice unit. So we're going to get these installed in the car. The spring rates on these ones are a little lighter. That way the car actually rides good. Because you know, like you guys know, I'm going to drive that car on the street a lot. So we're going to get these things installed in the car. I don't know if I'm going to do an install video or not, but I thought I'd give you guys a heads up. We are working on the Civic for Rocky Mountain Race Week. PFI's got my motor. I talked to Jamie today. The bottom end's assembled. We got new rods for it. So we can turn the power up in that thing, and the rods will not be our limiting factor. We went ahead and put some Turbo Tough rods in it. So anyways, guys, we're going to get back to the video here. We just want to do a quick unboxing and show you the new coilovers for the Civic. What up, guys? Welcome back. It is another day out here at Glamis Fab. I'm out here to go duning this weekend. I had to do a couple upgrades to my car, and kind of wanted to just check in and show you guys what's been going on out here. Check this out. Finally, concrete out here at Glamis Fab. So awesome. Over last weekend, Joe had some friends and customers of ours come out and tear out all the asphalt that was down here that was all broken up, and they put some forms in and poured some concrete, and man, what a difference. So it's like a seamless transition when you go from in the shop to out of the shop. So when we're working on a car here with like nitrogen fill or something, if we've got to drag a jack out, you know, we're not dragging it over that nasty crushed asphalt that was all broken. And if you've got to lay down out here, it's not boulders in your back like Joe would say. But anyways, we're in here working on my car today. I'm out, like I said, I'm out here to go duning this weekend. So I'm going to bring you guys a bunch of duning action as well. And I kept throwing the belt on my car. Last time we were out, I threw like 6 belts. All this time I've owned this car, it's never had a skid plate. So it's flinging sand up underneath here, getting in between here, and flinging the belt off. So I brought some material, or we had some material here at the shop. Got a piece of a scrap aluminum there, and we're gonna make a skid plate. I already tacked up a couple tabs. I think I'm gonna ask Joe if he'll fully weld those for me, since his welds look way better than mine do. And then we'll put one more piece, and we're gonna bend it just right up to here. Eventually, when we tear this car down, I'm gonna do a full skid plate and a full rear cover that comes all the way up to the top. And then we laser cut sand limo in them, and I'll probably backlight it. It'll look really cool. But in the meantime, yeah, we're just getting a skid plate on here so I don't throw some belts, and we're gonna go out doing this. All right, well, we got the bottom skid plate on. I got the tabs in there, got them welded. So that'll protect us there. We're making the back piece now. Like I said, this one's just temporary. Eventually we're gonna make I wanna make a one-piece skid plate. This is just a Glamis Fab skid plate to get me back in the dunes. It'll get this all protected and keep the belt from flying off. So got everything all C-clamped up. I'm going to drill for my tabs, and then Joe will torch this up and get it hot so it kind of anneals the metal, keeps it bent, and then we'll get it tabbed up, and then I can take it off and cut it, and it should fit like a champ. But quick little Glamis Fab skid plate for my car, and we'll be cruising in the dunes. All right, we got the holes drilled for the new skid plate. So what Joe just taught me was once it's bolted on, to figure out where the center of the tube is, just take your Sharpie and mark both sides of the tube, and then measure, put your dots, and then he'll come in with a straight edge and make the lines for me to cut the end of the skid plate. This one's not really a skid plate. This one's just kind of a cover to keep the sand out. We used a little thinner material, but like this one's pretty thick down here. That's some pretty thick material. So at least this car will finally have somewhat of a skid plate on it, at least protecting the motor for now, and not getting any sand up there in that crank pulley. So they'll get a little bit in there, but not enough to throw the belt off. So stoked about that. Like I said, once we get this car back in the shop, we start doing the new seats and stuff, I'm gonna do a full one-piece skid plate that goes all the way up out of, it'd probably have to be two-piece, because we'll run, sorry, the train's coming by. We'll have such thick aluminum here for the skid plate, we'll have to make a second piece for their friggin' train. So, man, we're really loving having this concrete out here. This is friggin' badass. Well, just like that, got our skid plate on there. Well, that's just a back cover plate. Skid plate obviously underneath's a little thicker, like I said earlier, but this will definitely keep the sand out from getting under my belt there. So it's much better than having nothing. And like I said earlier, I've had this car for like 11 years and never had a skid plate on it, never had an issue. Issue arose when I put the new front suspension on, and now the car's sagging in the back because we haven't done the rear suspension yet, but we'll get there. But in the meantime, I can still go out and Dune and have a good time with the way it is. So we'll see you guys in a little bit. We're gonna get this thing hemmed up, get the paddle tires on it, and we'll get out to the dunes tomorrow. Again, the skid plate's all finished up. Got the Glamis Fab sticker on there. Went ahead and put my paddle tires on and my smoothies up front. Like I said, we're going out duning this weekend, so I'm going to bring you guys a whole bunch of duning action this weekend, so that'll be in the next video. So all right, so that's going to do it for this video, guys. Sorry about the wind, just kind of kicked up out here, but like I said, that's going to do it for this video. I know it's been all over the place. I had bits and pieces of a whole bunch of stuff I'd been working on, so we're going to put that all together for you guys. And then the next video, we're going to be purely duning. So I got a couple friends coming out this weekend, and we're gonna hit the dunes. So we'll bring you a video of all of us duning and jumping and doing all kinds of craziness. So once again, guys, thanks for watching. Make sure you give us a like and a subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video.